All right. A very good evening, warm good evening to one and all who have joined our session today. This session is all about sharing a success story of one of our student who have topped with amazing scores in all the four subjects that we have in CPA. So, how his journey was with Simandhar and how he was helped with all things and could achieve that milestone is what we want to discuss. Very good evening. Warm welcome to you, Ujjwal Ahluwalia.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here.
Ujjwal, little bit of a volume we need.
I hope this works now.
Yes.
Probably
Uh,
facing
s-
some issues with the microphone.
okay. So, Ujjwal, can you please give us a small story about you? I mean, what did you do? How did you start your journey? A little bit of introduction.
Yes, sure. So first of all, hello everyone. As you might be aware, I'm the recent recipient of the Elijah Award Sales Award. A bit of a background about me. So by profession, I am also a chartered accountant. And after completing my CA, I got into CPA. As we see in our daily professional life as well, that one qualification might not be enough. And I've always aspired to have a global qualification as well. So that is what has motivated me to get into CPA. And like everyone else, I was also tackling a lot of difficulties where to go. And you are aware the destination that I've chosen.
So, Ujjwal, as you're already a qualified chartered accountant, so what made you choose CPA and how did you get into this all over?
So uh, yeah, so a little bit background on that. So I've always wanted to collect qualifications. I can say that. And yes, when you are looking for a qualification, you look at a lot of factors. One of the factors being the recognition that a qualification pertains and holds. And CPA being a very prestigious course, it is not like it's not time taking or it does not require efforts. It does require that. It does require a lot of time. And the rewards are in sync with that. So I've looked at all the options, and coming from a CA background, it has helped me. Yes, of course. But CPA is a different ballgame from CA. So I had to be mentally prepared for that as well. And I've gone through the curriculums, various materials which are available, even from Samanda. Before joining that, I've looked at some webinars, some videos which are available. And that is how I chose into CPA.
Okay, so what is the material that actually helped you to crack this, and how many hours do you use to spend for the preparation, and within how much time did you complete your four exams?
So if I'm right, my God, I have to calculate that. I need to be prepared for this. Yeah, so gave my first exam in September 2023 and completed by June 24. So around about 9 months, I would
Okay.
say. And when we talk about the number of hours, I've always been mindful of that rather than just caring about the number of hours. I was devoting myself completely. Whenever I'm studying, my focus should be on my studies. I think
Okay.
that was something which has been a great learning for me. And I also encourage the future student and aspirants to follow that approach. Don't just count the hours. Make sure when you are studying, your full focus is on what you are doing.
Okay. So how did you see your pathway to Amex? How did you get placed? How was the opportunity? And did you
Yeah,
get the enough support in terms of preparation for the interview and all? So can you
oh,
help me
yes.
with that journey?
Yes, definitely. So, yes, once my CPA got completed, I was aware I was eligible for the award. Then come the next big thing, where you need to be placed, where you need to go, and obviously I was going through all the options which were available, and obviously I was taking Simanda's help. They have a very brilliant placement portal for that, and they were very helpful right from the beginning of telling you about the opportunities which are available and making sure that you are ready for that. And just on that note, I'm already right now I'm in the office building itself and taking this call. And I think from every step that comes your way, Simandar has something to offer to you. You just need to be able to get those things on your own. There would be no spoon feeding, obviously, but you need to make sure that you are reaching out and taking what they have to offer, or what in your case, what you have to offer. We need to be able to grasp that as well.
Got it. So how is your feeling now being in top level out of 74,000 people? So how do you feel?
And I've been saying it since the first day. I think it does not apply anymore to say it's surreal. Now it's real. So
All
the
right.
moment I saw the press release, it was a great feeling. And I was always very curious since day one how many candidates got this award, because previously we have seen that number to be around in the range of 40 to 50. And this year being that bucket a little bit smaller, make it much more special for me, obviously.
Okay.
And I think it's a very great feeling, a very proud feeling as well. As I remember, Sripal sir and I was talking as well. It's not just about me being on that podium; it's about representing a country as well. When you're talking about a
Correct.
globe, exactly. When you're talking about a global qualification, a global course, I think putting your country's name over there, that I think fills your chest with proud.
Yeah. We feel thank you so much for, we feel like though it's your hard work and all, and along with you we also carry a lot of pride because you represented Simandhar Education and that whole crowd. It's really amazing. Hands off to you for that.
Thank you.
uh, so my next question is, before joining Samantha, how many institutes did you inquire about CPA, and why did you make Samantha as your choice?
I think I'm not going to name them, but there were countless institutes.
Oh, okay.
Countless. But yes, I think the penultimate deciding factor would have been how other institutes were just trying to pull the other one down when they were selling their institute. And I've never seen that when I was even before enrolling with Samandar. I think the first thing that you have offered me is if you can just provide me with the documents, we can have an internal team check the evaluation. And we are not charging you for that so that you can have a better understanding that
True.
even you should pursue this course or not. That was, I think, something which has diverted my attention from all the other institutes and have a trust. And I think that really helped me to get into this institute as well and make my choice much more easier.
Most of them say that there are a lot of there is a lot of things to do in the documentation, evaluation process, choosing the state name, where to send.
Right.
So how tough did you feel? Was the
I think I think your institute should tell me, because I handed over you the headache. I was not handling all of that. I just gave you my documents and continued with my studies. And no, on that front, on a serious note, I think the support team was very much helpful. They have been honest with me and upfront with me what the credits I require to get my license, to sit in the exams, and where I stand at that point of time. So that gave me a lot of clarity. And given that, yes, it is a hassle when we think about, oh, I have to get the evaluation report first. There's a waiting period as well when you're applying for first NTS. But that is part of the course. And a student needs to be prepared for that. And in order to be prepared for that, they need to be told about these things. They need to be told and educated about the structure as well. And I think Samantha played a very good role in that. Since day one, they have been honest with me, as I've already mentioned. And all the headache, as I've said, I've given to you guys.
all right. So they were helping you with each and every step from the time
Yes, of
that
course.
you started your documentation, like transcripts,
Even
getting a.
before I was enrolled, they were helping me. As I
Oh,
said, they were taking care of my evaluation before I enrolled.
yeah, great. Great to hear that. Thank you so much for helping me. And if I'm not wrong, Ujjwal, when you joined our institute, I guess we were only placed in Hyderabad and only
Yes,
online lectures. We were not
right.
even available like now how we are available in Delhi and Bangalore branches also. So most
Yes.
of them think only offline classes work, physical classes work to help to clear the CPA. So, how would you like to throw some light on it? How exactly the online lectures help, especially Samandar lectures, Samandar faculties? Because you are a student, you have attended. No matter how much we tell, it's like, everybody thinks it's just to get an enrollment. But as
Right.
you are a student and you have achieved that milestone, I want you to talk about our services little precise way.
So, yes, I've been asked about this question as well from a lot of CPA new pursuers. as well, that whether it makes sense to go for recorded lecture, whether it makes sense to go for offline lectures, online lectures, which one I prefer or which one anyone should prefer. I think it boils down to the fact that online lectures gives you the flexibility. First of all, it gives you a flexibility. Most of us are working when we are pursuing CPA, not in every case, but most of us. And the flexibility, what it does is we can plan accordingly. It does not compromise the quality of the lectures when we compare online and offline lectures. It does not compromise on that. So that is a very big plus. Whatever material I was getting, whatever lectures I was getting, if even if I have doubts, there are multiple ways to resolve that, not just one. I can reach out to the faculty, I can reach out to my other peers as well. There is a brilliant Telegram group for that as well, where I was kept up to date. And it's not just about having a centralized repository for my doubts. I was able to get what other students are also thinking, what other issues they might be facing, and that helped me a lot as well to grow in this journey. And when we talk about the lectures, whether I've also been asked whether to go for Becker lectures, whether to go for Simandhar lectures. I think having a Indian faculty helps a lot. They are much more aware about the Indian students. And I'm not going to just say they are just aware about us. They are aware about CPA as well. They are very much informed about that. And it comes to the fact that they know the requirement. They can gauge the requirement of a student. And when we compare it with Becker lectures, I I would say I've been through both the lectures, and one very big thing about Simandhar lecture was the coverage. The faculty was taking time. They were not just going through the curriculum just for the sake of completing that. They were very much going into details. They were taking that effort, and I believe if the student does match that effort, it helps a lot.
Great. So placement opportunity, how did you get? So how many interviews did you give? Were you properly, trained for the appearing for interview? Did my team coordinate with you to get the opportunities to your plate?
Yes, definitely. And think about the luck. The first interview that I gave, I cracked it.
Oh,
that
wonderful.
that is how much I was prepared for it. Yes. So yes, I was made aware about each and every opportunity, and I think that was a very big point. Then it came down to the preferences as well, but I would not suggest people to get restricted from an opportunity. In my case, I was lucky enough to get the opportunity in my hometown, very near to my hometown. And then it came down to the fact, because it was my first job also, how to prepare for it. And since there are multiple rounds we go through, and each round requires a certain bit of, I would say, what you have to present about yourself. You have to be prepared about that. There can be a number of questions that they can ask you, but the general core, that how you are going to present yourself, that matters a lot. And Samantha, I would say they prepared me for that.
Wonderful. Great to know about it. And also, Ujjwal, there is a myth. I mean, a lot of them are in wrong perception that if they do US CPA, they have to work under night shifts and all. So what is your shift timing right now?
I'm not going to make everyone jealous. Please come on. It's a morning shift. Let's stick to that.
Okay, great.
No, yeah. So it's not like that you have to work in night shift or anything. You have to be flexible, I would say, depending on the work profile that you are in. But no, it's not like that if you are done US CPA that you'll be working only in night shift, that you will have to coordinate with these. It's not like that.
Uh, How did the study groups help you? We have different study groups in Telegram,
I've
right?
had, yes, yes, yes.
So what
And
was the least time that you used to get a response when you immediately throw a query in those groups?
rather than talking about the least, I would say the maximum, it has never crossed a day. I think most of my queries were resolved within that day. And rather than just saying resolved within the day, as I mentioned, it is a data repository. And I think that is one of the core IP of Samandhar, because not just that you'll have that doubt, there are multiple students who are going through the same phase, going through the same journey. They must be having that doubt as well, and it is stored over there. You can reach out to them as well. You can even read what the doubt was, how it was responded as well. So it's not like you have to wait for some personalized response to it. But even in that case, there was a personalized response to it. And it was as quick as okay, yeah, it's still fresh in my mind, and I've resolved that issue within that same day.
Okay, great. So, anything else that you would like to? Because we are just waiting. Sripal sir also wanted to join this session today. So we are
Yeah.
before sir comes up and takes over. Just wanted to can you please help certain taking up certain queries of the student, or would you like to share your any of your experience or guide them?
I can guide them about how to go about an exam, certainly. I've talked about in the podcast as well. You have talked about the number of hours that I have put in, and I've always said don't care about the number of hours. But yes, I have broken down my preparation in 3 steps, and it has worked for me. And so, how I approached was it, I have broken my preparation in 3 steps. One being where you are taking the lectures, you are making your self notes, you are grasping what has been taught to you. And roundabout, I took 25 to 30 days for that because I was also doing something side by side. It's not like I'm a full-time student. And if someone is a full-time student, they can do it earlier. Then the next phase comes where you are preparing yourself for you are put in this scenario. You don't have your lectures and books with you. You are just going to revise it. You have to make sure that you retain because it's not like the curriculum is very much small. So I was going through that again and again, making the self notes, going through the MCQs, going to the task based sims, making sure that I'm grasping it along the way. There are multiple resources out there. There are multiple customized, I would say, tests that we can also leverage from Becker software, where we can make sure practice tests are useful for us. And those next 30 days, I was involved with the revisions. I was involved with those practice tests, which was preparing me for the real life exam because the structure is very much similar. The portal, the interface is very much similar to that. And the next 10, 15 days were the final revision where I was preparing myself. I have gotten my NTS and I have scheduled my exam because you can schedule it on the exam. There is a flexibility attached to CPA as well, which is a great thing. So you need to make sure that you manage your time properly and you schedule your exam when you are ready or you are near your preparation. Then the mock test. Please, I would suggest everyone to go and give the mock test. I cannot emphasize enough on those. They will give you a good reality check. They will give you a very good idea what you need to prepare more.
So
And
you got both in Becker as well as Simandhar, right, to take
right,
mock
right,
tests?
right.
Okay. So when exactly should we go with this mock test? Is it chapter wise or subject wise? How is it?
So when we talk about, so majorly when I talk about the practice test, I was following with the Becker software, and how they are going about it is they have themselves broken down all the modules in three sections, where there are mini exams as well after, let's say, 2 modules. So it's like a benchmark over there. It's a milestone over there. Like you have completed 2 modules, you can test yourself.
Oh,
And
okay.
similarly, how that is curated is you'll be put in the same scenario. The pattern is very much similar to exam. There will be MCQs and then task-based sim. It is time-bound as well if you want. Then comes the final mock test. After all the modules have been finished, that one puts you in a simulation of an exam, I would say. You will have to put in that code as well. You'll be given a timer as well. And that puts you in the real life scenario. Okay, things are about to get real as well. And in the mock test, I would say after completing all your modules, you should go for that. Before that, it would not be as helpful as it can be after you complete your revision or all the modules you have covered.
Okay. Got it. So how much time it took to you for so you waited until the documentation is done and then started your preparation, or did you do it simultaneously, your documentation work, and how long did it take you to get your first evaluation report and then your hall ticket?
So, if you talk about the evaluation ticket, it took around 5 or 6 weeks, if I remember it right. And it's not like that you have to wait for that. It's not like that you have to wait for that. So you have to plan accordingly. You need to be made aware about these things that as soon as you are into that evaluation zone, you can start with the preparations. And that is what I have done exactly. When my documents went to the NASBA for evaluation, I was preparing for FAR side by side. Once you got
Okay.
your evaluation done, there is another wait period because it will be the first time that you would be applying for NTS. So that notice to schedule is also going to take around a month or so. So you need to make sure you don't have to wait for these things to get over to continue with your preparation or to begin with your preparation. I would suggest you that begin with your preparation, make sure that you are ready, and as soon as you get your NTS, you can schedule your exam. So in that way, you're already prepared for the first exam when you have the NTS in your hand.
Okay. Over to you, Sripal sir. Thank you for joining the session, and congratulations to you too, Sripal sir, for getting awarded for Team 40. We are so proud to have you in the team.
Thank you, Anuya. Thank you so much, everyone who have joined in with us. And actually, it's I'm in the US, so the timings are a mismatch here. So it's too early morning, Ujjwal. I hope we are on time now.
Yes,
So
sir,
first of
definitely.
all, congratulations, Ujjwal. I've seen the press release of the US, and the first thing I did was to post on LinkedIn with our pick.
Yes.
And strangely, actually, this time it's like why I say this as a massive achievement is every time Elijah Watsell's award are like 45 to 50 people who win every year, right? And if you have seen the stats, Ujjwal, there are only 11 people who have won the last year, and that is like too good. And I was in the Engage yesterday, and we are discussing with a lot of the AICPA and NASBA stuff. And they were telling this is incredible. Actually, from India, the talent is coming, and a lot of the
Yes.
CPA firms are also noticing that post, and they are talking about the Indian talent. So quite positive actually. After that achievement, a lot of the CPA firms are contacting us that the talent in India is good. So what this have taken is it have given a very good impression to the CPA firms back in the US and who are planning to outsource that India has some incredible talent, right? Because if you just understand that out of 11 people, one person is from our country as well. So it shows that how good we are academically, how strong we are, and that is something really good to hear. And actually what it have done is because I'm a good influencer on LinkedIn, it gave a good kind of feel to all the CPA firms because I was just awarded 40 under 40. And
Right.
then this kind of stuff comes, it makes things very easier for a lot of the accounting firms. And the people who are watching us, it's very important that firms notice us because they are the ones who hire basically. So this achievement have also taken the hiring to next level. So a lot of the now firms are showing interest to hire talent in India, and obviously from Simandhar because we have got that award. So I think US sees a lot of quality first, then just going with the cost because Indian resources are less costly and outsourcing the work from US to India. But I think quality is something which US sees, and so that is like incredible to see, Ujjwal. So I just wanted to share this because the audience should know what you have achieved and what impact it is leaving in at the global stage. And if you see the comments on my post, also there are a lot of US people participating there. A lot of the firms contacting us and telling that we would love to associate with you. सी एक रहता है मीडिया एसोसिएट होना दैट इज ओके मतलब प्रेस में
Right.
तो आपका आ ही रहा है व्हाट यू से इंटरव्यूज एंड ऑल सो दे माइट कम अप विद दैट बट एक रहता है फर्म्स और एक सीपीए फर्म्स का बिकॉज दैट क्रिएट्स एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी आल्सो इन द कंट्री so this is really good, Ujjwal, and congratulations. And I would love to hear from you, like how are you digesting this? क्योंकि मीडिया में आना और वो भी सिर्फ only 11 people. I mean 50-60 रहता तो I would have not been so kind of over the moon, but 11 people is like just incredible, Ujjwal. तो वो थोड़ा हम लोगों को लगा है कि it have gone really really strong. So how are you
Yes.
digesting this, Ujjwal?
I was just talking about this as well, and I feel very proud putting India on the map as well when it comes to the CPA scenario. And I was going through that press release as well. There were only 11 members who have gotten this award this year, and being an Indian, obviously, it has an impact. And I think it shows a very positive sign for all of us, for all the CPA community as well. In future, obviously, it's going to open the channels, as you have said. It's going to put their confidence in us that yes, there are quality CPAs who are coming from India. And I think that would be a very high boost when it comes to the employment opportunities. That is how it's going to reflect on all of us. And it should motivate us to go beyond this, to not just care about that this is a qualification. Think of it as what you are going to impact with it. And that has been a very positive thing. And to see that on press release, yes, sorry, it has filled me with joy and pride. And from your post as well, I think, yes, I was thinking about the same, that yes, we have put India on the map a bit more strongly.
So I think that was the positioning was to kind of make India as looks more global there. So
Right.
because see achievement तो अपन ने podcast किया ही है उज्जवल फार कैसे
Correct.
पास करते हैं and all. But the strategy was to make India position straight away as a global thing कि यार हमारे पास भी मतलब next level talent है. तो
Correct.
एआई में ठीक है हम लोग थोड़े पीछे हैं बट अकाउंटिंग में तो आई थिंक द वे द अकाउंटिंग नॉलेज इज बीइंग इंटरप्रेटेड एंड जो सीए ने भी बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले किया उज्जवल इट्स नॉट सो easy to bring in that as well. So
Correct.
one thing Ujjwal, now आप MX में like last year when I placed, and how is the experience going on? मतलब how are you applying the CPA knowledge at MX? Because a lot of them wanted to know Ujjwal ने पास तो किया है टॉप किया है अब जॉब में कैसे कर रहे हो? व्हाट इज उज्जवल डूइंग नाउ? व्हाट इज हिज नेक्स्ट स्टेप नाउ? बिकॉज बहुत सारे रैंकर्स आते हैं इम्पैक्ट थोड़े लोग क्रिएट करते हैं फिर बाद में वो हल्लू डाइजेस्ट हो जाता है. सो हाउ आर यू इंश्योरिंग दैट ये जो अचीवमेंट है इज ऑन द वे एंड व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग यू आर ट्राइंग टू इन्वेंट एंड या सो एमएक्स में कैसे चल रहा है? व्हाट इज इम्पैक्ट यू आर क्रिएटिंग एट एमएक्स?
So Amex में it's been going great, I would say. Journey के beginning से अभी तक it has been 8-9 months, and it's been a learning curve. And it's not just about I'm learning daily, I'm implementing myself. CPA में, yes, I've learned about things, but when it comes to implementation, I think it boils down to your character as well and your willingness to make a change, to make sure that you are going beyond everyone else. And in my team, I am the only CPA. And given the fact that we are working on Amex financials, you have to be make sure that you are the expert of US GAAP when it comes to 10K and 10Q filing. So I have to make sure that I had to pull up my socks before everyone else. I was aware about the updates that are going to come. Make sure that you are readily aware about them. And with CPA, obviously, I have the background, what was before and what is going to be in the future and why they are going to change it. We have covered what the structure US GAAP holds, and that adds to it. And it's about taking initiative every day. It's not like you can just hang back after a month or two कि मैंने तो टॉप कर लिया है अब तो हो गया. It's not like that. When you
तो
come to the
कैसे लाइफ
profession,
कैसे उज्जवल सीपीए बनने के बाद लाइक आप हर दिन एमएक्स में जाते हो तो ईमेल्स ऐसा क्या नोटिस किया है जो आपकी स्टूडेंट लाइफ में था और एमएक्स में द कल्चर हैव सेंड? सो व्हाट इज दैट थ्री लर्निंग्स व्हाट यू आर गेटिंग पोस्ट सीपीए लाइफ?
post CPA life's the biggest learning, as I've already said, it's a learning curve. You never stop learning. There are people around you who have more experience than you. They are expert in their own way, and you can learn from them daily. Obviously, it got to my head that I'm a topper. It did. And the moment when you step into the real world, you get a reality check, and it's how quickly and how positively you take it. And I've taken it tremendously positively because I was willing to learn. I put my head down and I've said कि नहीं, this is a journey. This was not the destination की CPA हो गई है. Biggest learning curve was that. And Amex में आने के बाद, one thing which has been very positive कि I'm collaborating with international talent. I'm collaborating with them. I'm working with them and learning from them. I'm putting up my opinion. I'm not hesitating from that. So that has given me a confidence, yes. And those are the biggest changes, I would say. I have grown as a person. We have met last time, and you look at me now. I have grown as a person. I feel about it.
No, I mean, I'm really proud. You're so grounded now because बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि आप पास हो जाते हो ये वो एंड दे टेल मी लाइक जैसे 40 अंडर 40 मैंने लास्ट ईयर जीता था तो आई लाइक ओवर द मून यार इंडिया में नंबर वन हुआ एंड देन सडनली दिस ईयर अगेन आई वन एंड स्टिल आई फील दैट ये कंट्री में हर दिन एक एक्सपेक्टेशन है नॉट जस्ट इन दिस कंट्री इन
Right.
एवरी कंट्री यू आर नेक्स्ट डे यू नीड टू परफॉर्म. आई कीप टेलिंग माई
Right.
टीम ऑल्सो एक महीना आपने टॉप कर लिया और सेल्स या सपोर्ट में अगेन नेक्स्ट मंथ एक्सपेक्टेशंस आर डबल ऑफ दैट. So
Right.
that looks good, Ujjwal. You have become more matured, calm, cool. जो पहले थे तो मैं एक साल पहले जब मैं पॉडकास्ट ले रहा था बहुत एक्साइटमेंट था एंड आई थिंक इट्स गुड दैट यू हैव बिकम मोर कामर नाउ एंड सीरियस नाउ मोर आई वुड से. थोड़ा जोवियलनेस मत छोड़ना उज्जवल कहीं लोगों को ऐसा लगे यार पास होने के बाद काम बहुत है मतलब फर्म्स में. सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वुड से. एंड गाइस उज्जवल हैज टू लीव नाउ अनफॉर्चुनेटली बिकॉज हिज
Yes,
टाइम
I have
वाज
a
ओनली एट
meeting.
7 o'clock and he's working at MX and this is a working day for him. So thank you so much Ujjwal for joining us. Great to have you here and please stay connected with the alums stay connected with the community, keep replying on LinkedIn, keep being available so that others can also take you as an inspiration and go to the next level. Ujjwal, congratulations again
Thank you so
for
much, and
being that number one in the 11 out of 74,000 candidates in the world. So getting the topper is a really good achievement. Congratulations, Ujjwal.
thank you so much, and congratulations to you as well, sir. I hope next time it would be a hat trick of 40 under 40. Looking forward to
I hope the
that.
40 अभी है 36 में हूँ तो और 4 साल है
Exactly.
40 के लिए. So I hope yeah it goes well. Thank you so much Ujjwal. So
Thank
guys,
you so
let's
much, sir.
not make Ujjwal more. उसका जॉब पे कुछ ना है भाई, वो बहुत मुश्किल से अभी चल रहा है. Yeah, thank you Ujjwal. Thank you
Thank you.
Anuya.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much guys.